Hey there guys, welcome to this week's Transform You Thursday. This week we're going to be working on a little bit of form. I had somebody request some help with lunge form, and I'm glad they did because form is really important, and you can be doing a certain move and having improper form, poor form, and not only are you going to hurt yourself, but you're not going to get the most out of the exercise. So we're going to work on lunges. I'm going to show you correct form, and then I'm also going to show you some little modifications and some fun ways to mix it up so you can get a little more out of that exercise. So follow me over here, and we're going to do lunges. So you're only going to get the bottom half of me today because we're going to really focus in on how to do correct lunges. What you want to do is you want to have your legs about hip width apart, okay? And you're going to step 1 foot in front and 1 foot in back. And you want your stance to be long enough and wide enough. So you don't want to have your feet lined up right behind each other. You want to keep those feet hip distance apart. And you want to have your stance far enough apart this way so that you're going to see, I've got to work mine back a little bit. What you want to be able to do is drop straight down. Okay, and see my right knee and my left knee, my right knee and my left knee are at 90 degrees, both of them. And right at first, you may have seen me correct just a little bit, my knee was headed out over my toe, and what I want is for it to be over my ankle. So let me do it this way for you. So again, you're going to drop, you work your stance so that what you can do is drop straight down. Straight down. What you do not want is to have a narrow stance and then have to head forward like this. That's what's probably causing a lot of you to be hurting when you do lunges. So you want to have a good wide stance, and you want to drop down and up, down and up. And this is a stationary lunge, so that's a great way to really isolate. And for me, and what you'll probably be doing too, is having that back foot lifted. But this front foot, you can really push through your heel when you come up. So you'll go down and push back up through that front heel, and you'll really feel all the different components of your leg muscles engaging. So another way to do a lunge is a walking lunge. So most of us don't have a ton of space, and I'm going to walk towards you and show you what you can do with that. So I'm gonna step forward and lunge straight down, push up, and walk and step straight forward. I'm going to walk across the screen in a minute here for you too. So you can see how I'm going to do that. I'm going to be 90 degrees stepping and then stepping again, okay? So that's another way to get some movement in instead of being stationary. Another way is to, again, be stationary. Well, I'll go this way for you. Stationary, and you can do what's called a backwards lunge. So you just step back and up, and then you can switch legs. Back and up. Back and up. Okay. You always want to be aware of your form. And then the same way, you can do forward lunges. Step forward, and really explode back, push off of your heel, push back. So there's some great modifications and different things you can do with lunges and correct form. I mean, correct form, I just cannot say enough about correct form because so many people tell me that certain moves hurt them, but when we correct their form, they are able to do the move and without pain and without hurting themselves. So we want exercise to be part of your life for a long time. So the more you can do to have correct form and make your body parts last longer, the better off we are. And one thing I didn't add in is that if you need to use a chair for balance and stability, when you're first starting this, do not hesitate to do that. There's nothing wrong with using a chair. You just have one kind of standing right beside you, and you can just rest your hand on it and then go down and up just like we were showing. Of course, it'd be hard to do if you were doing the walking ones, but if you're doing the stationary lunges, that is a great way to do it. And then a great way to intensify things even more is to add in some weights. So hold some hand weights in both hands, and you can do the walking lunges that way, or you can do the stationary lunges that way. So lots of lunge fun, and some great ways to modify and to make sure you're using correct form. So get on those lunges and make those legs in tip-top shape.